Well, a fine good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. I am in Charlotte, Vermont today, and this in front of us is the Holmes Creek Covered Bridge, one of only 3 still standing in Charlotte. So, it's also right next to Lake Champlain. Look at this. Wow, look at that. Sun is beginning to set. Oh, it's just amazing. It's also a bit brisk. Anyway, we can see, perhaps we can't see, but the sign right there says this is a height of 8 foot 3 inches, and it is a 1-lane bridge, meaning people actually have to pay attention and take turns when driving through this. And I watched a couple of bicyclists just a moment ago actually get off their bikes and walk them across the bridge. Maybe the planking was unsafe. I don't know. But that's what they did. So some history about this thing. And understand, I know that covered bridges are a big thing to the tourists who come here. Foliage, covered bridges, there's a handful of things that people love. Maple syrup, I suppose. So anyway, I just thought a covered bridge would be a lovely addition to my channel. I actually have one up on my channel today. Which one is it? The Quinlan's Covered Bridge, also in Charlotte. Anyway, this is the Holmes Creek Covered Bridge, also called the Lakeshore Covered Bridge. I wonder why, right? Is a 1-lane wooden covered bridge that crosses Holmes Creek in Charlotte, Vermont on Lake Road, adjacent to Charlotte Beach. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1974. The bridge is of Kingpost truss with tied arch design, one of only 3 left standing in the state. This bridge is also one of the shortest in the state, and at the lowest elevation being just off the shore of Lake Champlain. Now, there's a placard mounted in here, but to tell you what this says here, according to the placard mounted on the bridge, the town selectmen originally specified the bridge width and height to accommodate passage of, quote, a load of hay high and wide, unquote. During the late 1800s, the Holmes family operated what is said to be the largest apple orchard in New England, located just southwest of the bridge. Offshore in Lake Champlain, there are submerged pilings, the only remaining evidence of the pier where boats docked to load the fruit. Now, I will say, driving here on Bostwick Lane, before I got to Lake Road, there is an Orchard Road. I think it was Orchard Road, Orchard Lane. In 1993, the bridge was rehabilitated by Milton Grattan Associates after the Vermont Agency of Transportation, AOT, found it to be inadequate for normal loading. Additional work was done in 1994 by Paul Ide and Jan Lewandowski. The Vermont AOT has further recommended bypassing the bridge, but thus far it is still in daily use. In 2002, the bridge had undergone a roof replacement funded by the National Historic Covered Bridge Preservation Program, which re-roofed 38 covered bridges within the state. The July 2007 Town of Charlotte Select Board minutes stated that the Holmes Creek Bridge had been hit by an untold number of small trucks, where the town had to pay for the repairs. The current height restriction for vehicles traveling on the bridge is posted at 8 foot 3 inches. You can see how narrow it is watching that SUV drive through it. Alright, so now some characteristics. It's made of wood. The total length is 41 feet or 12.5 meters. The width is 12.1 feet or 3.69 meters. It's one span, has a load limit of 5 tons. The clearance above is 8.25 feet or 2.51 meters. It was constructed by Leonard Sherman, and that was in circa 1870. Alrighty, So let's take a closer look-see at this place, shall we? Oh, and actually, before I get there, now it says there's a Kingpost truss, and what else they say about that? With a tied arch design. So this tied arch design looks like a Burr truss. I am not an architectural historian by any stretch of the imagination. That said, I have already seen a Burr truss design, and looks similar to that. And let me explain the purpose of an arch in terms of bridge construction, particularly a Burr truss, which this may or may not be, but it sort of looks like one. So the design principle behind the Burr arch truss is that the arch should be capable of bearing the entire load on the bridge while the truss keeps the bridge rigid. Even though the Kingpost truss alone is capable of bearing a load, this was done because it is impossible to balance evenly a dynamic load crossing the bridge between the two parts. The opposite view is also held, based on computer models, that the truss performs the majority of the load bearing and the arch provides the stability. Either way, the combination of the arch and the truss provides a more stable bridge capable of supporting greater weight than either the arch or truss alone. Pretty interesting. All right, now let's go take a look-see at this covered bridge. It's not nearly as busy as the bridge I uploaded for today, but it's busy enough. All right, hang on, here we go. Alrighty, well, there's a sign that tells us it's 8 foot 3 inches and it's a 1-lane bridge. And let's go down here first to take a look-see in Holmes Creek. Yeah. Did you think I was going to walk into that sign? And there is Holmes Creek. That's pretty peaceful looking. We can see the stone abutments. At least, well, we can see one of them from here. I don't think you need me to point to it, but there you go. My pedantic side just comes out sometimes. And didn't say anything at all about it being faced in concrete, which you can see that side is not. But this side definitely looks like there's concrete blocks going on over here. We can see it has vertical board siding. And I love that kind of view, looking up like that. If you want to see all my pictures on this, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Traveling for History, or on Facebook, Traveling for History. If you'd like to follow me on Facebook, please do so under Traveling for History. I ask questions. Let's have a dialogue. I certainly chat there. Love to answer questions. Love to have a conversation, because history rocks. All right. And let's take another gander at Lake Champlain and the setting sun. As you can tell from that car going by, I'm definitely staying lower than the road. If you're going to come here, note that this area where I'm walking past the sign that says 8 foot 3 is even more uneven than most graveyards I've been in. So anyway, it's all good. Actually had a woman stop, roll down her window, and asked if I were looking at the birds. No. No, not at all. Not even close. All right. Oh, a car on the other side. For the love of Pete. All right, let's try again. It's a busy bridge. It's a busy road. Look at that. Wow. Wow, this is showing its age, isn't it now? I mean, look at the planking down here. Maybe that's a footbridge. Hard to say. I see holiday lights in here. Huh. How fun is that? And on the other side too. Oh, people have carved their names. Okay. All right. So there's the arch. It really is reminiscent of the bridge that's up today on my channel. Of the Burr Truss. Car. Get out of its way. Look at that tree. Wow. Oh. Parking for the beach. And we can see some more of the rocks over here. I'm sure you can too, right there. How about a little more lake footage? Look at those waves rolling in. Wow, it is quite blustery today. The wind, what's coming off the lake, is quite cold. All right, we can see some boards missing, can't we now? Over here on this side. Some definitely some gouges over in this side. Some area down here showing that should not be showing. Pretty interesting though. It certainly makes me think about the history of its use. 1870, something before automobiles, horse-drawn wagons, industrial age, right? Anybody else following along here? The trusses on both sides. So as I understand trusses and bridges, the trusses are on the sides of the bridge, and they create the stability, the rigidity and the stability, and not so in the roof. All right, I found the signage for this. Let me go ahead and read this to you. Holmes Creek Bridge. The Holmes Creek Bridge, built circa 1870, is 41 feet long and 12 feet wide, a width specified by the Selectmen of the day to allow passage of a, quote, load of hay, high and wide, unquote. There may have been an 1840 bridge at this site, but town records cannot verify it. The Holmes Creek Bridge is reputed to be the shortest covered highway bridge in use in New England at 112 feet above sea level. It is the lowest altitude covered bridge in Vermont. Another unique feature is the Kingpost tide arch construction, rare in its time. This refers to a tie below the deck comprising a stringer which runs the length of the bridge and whose ends are supported by abutments. The Holmes family operated a successful apple orchard just southwest of the bridge in the late 1800s. This orchard was purported to be the largest in New England, shipping apples to distant places. At the point of land west of the bridge are submerged pilings of a long pier where boats docked to load the fruit. Now it's posted by the town of Charlotte. I certainly would encourage you to pause the video to read what I was just quoting to you. Another car coming through. Ooh, car on the other side too. Cars everywhere. Wow, 3 cars in a row on the one side. We're still looking at Holmes Creek. Pretty interesting reading though, that it's the lowest point for a bridge at 112 feet. Really interesting stuff. All right, one more view of this bridge, another view of the lake, because we can, and why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we enjoy this view? Again, this is the Holmes Creek Bridge in Charlotte, Vermont. This is Patricia. I am traveling for history, and thanks so much for coming along with me today. Really appreciate it. And I am now at 94 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I truly appreciate it. If you like the content I'm sharing with you, please subscribe. Once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to offer you a special behind-the-scenes video on what it takes for me to produce a video for you. Understand that for the most part, I am in the field filming, which today is downright chilly. Sometimes I melt outside, but today I'm just feeling chilled. So subscribe to my channel, share it with everyone you know, because if you like it, chances are your friends and family will too. And until I see you again, you have a great evening. Bye.